Greetings, amigops and top teners everywhere. This is Mike from Top 10 with Kyle and Mike. I am joined this week, as I am every week, by our lovely co-host Kyle. Kyle's rocking a little bit of a cold this week, so if he's got a little sexy voice going on, that's the deal. Now, I'm also joined by Kyle's delightful mini doppelganger, not so mini anymore, our beloved Cameron. Cameron is rocking the great facial hair. He's got his beats on. He's got the hair bumping. He looks as good as he always does, and he's here to talk to us about something. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. I'm sure it's going to be very Cameroonian. We are going to debate that topic vigorously. We're going to rank it somehow, and by the end of this episode, we will have a definitive top 10 of Cameron's latest topic. So, boys, what are we talking about this week?
I wanted to talk about a few songs. It would be very embarrassing if you got caught singing at a stoplight. Pop song.
Oh, I like that a lot. This is a great topic, and it ties in nicely with your first topic.
Exactly. I thought it would be kind of the musical continuation.
Did this start because you were singing a song?
That's right.
And because Cam drives a tiny little convertible Miata. So I imagine Cam has the top down. He's rolling up to a stoplight. He's singing loudly some song. Someone gives him an odd look.
Well, no, I just see a guy kind of walking next to the car, and you just don't want it to be that loud when you're like,
Yeah.
because you don't know what that guy's thinking. You're like, it just can be embarrassing, you know. You don't always want to be singing super loud, especially when you have that much visibility when there's no roof.
That's true. And it's especially a problem for you because every single lady walking by, I've noticed, is just staring at you. And so the attention is on you. And they're ready to be like, that Cam is a hunk o' man. And if you ruin it by singing insert embarrassing pop song here, that's tough. There's a lot of pressure for you.
Right.
Now, Kyle and I are just unnoticed. Like, we totally just, people pass us by. And so it doesn't matter. But you're
I don't know about
you're a
that.
hot ticket. You're a hot ticket, man.
Okay.
Mike and I are both taken, and we kind of exude that. Or you've got this air of bachelorness that I think women can smell.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to say that's true. It's not really true. I got catcalled one time from three younger women in a 7-Eleven. They were filling their Slurpee cups. And they whistled at me. And they whistled at me and said, like, "God damn," or something, you know?
Yeah.
And I looked around to see if there was anybody else they might be talking about. I don't think so. That was in Huntington Beach. That was the only time that's ever happened.
That's great.
People throwing bottles at my car. On the opposite spectrum. Downtown Los Angeles. But that's a jungle.
Wow.
That place is a jungle. There are no rules.
It's a mess.
There is no rules.
Yeah, there are no rules.
Yeah, I don't drive down there much anymore. For a couple of reasons. Anyway, that's the topic. It came about when Kyle and I were driving in Vegas. Pulled up to a stoplight. Turned the music down just a little bit because it's like you said, you're under the microscope. You don't want to be. And listen, these are all like songs that you love to sing to. They're like really good songs.
Like it's a song you're likely to be jamming out.
You're gonna be jamming to.
Yeah,
right. It's not. Yeah. Okay. All right. Makes sense.
And like I said, I'm particularly conscious because there's no roof.
Because you roll up to the scene with your roof gone.
Pull up to the scene, but my roof's gone. Okay.
All right.
Should we just hop into it?
Yeah, let's hop right into it.
Okay.
This is one of those topics that it needs no explanation. I get this.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
I don't think there are any rules we need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even the order, it's not super important.
Yeah.
I tend to put the ones up closer to the top, the ones that I think you probably wouldn't want to be caught dead singing to, like shower tunes. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing is, you know, if we lived in a perfect world, everybody would be singing along. You know, there's this kind of undertone that everybody loves these songs. And why can't we just love these guilty pleasure musics? You know, why can't we all just get along?
That's true.
Maybe I think we're making progress slowly. Maybe by the time our kids are listening to these songs, they'll be able to.
I think time has a lot to do with it, and we'll get into that here.
Okay.
So also you can kind of switch out the song. It's a lot of it has to do with the artist. You know?
Sure.
I think there's like kind of like a certain song that exemplifies each artist. That's up for debate if you guys want to switch it out.
I dig that.
All right.
Number 10, sorry. I started off with some NSYNC.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye Bye Bye.
Bye Bye Bye.
Mm-hmm.
They got plenty of songs though. So
This is one though that people are apt to really get into. Like
yeah.
the biggest, I think the biggest issue with this song is that it has an associated dance move.
Right.
Which
true.
you can do. The thing is, you can do it while driving. Like, that's the biggest issue here is you can do the little hand thing while you're driving, and somebody wouldn't even have to hear you singing, and they'd be like, oh, that doofus is singing Bye Bye Bye.
I think you picked the right song, because like I'm far more likely
Yes.
to be listening and singing along to Bye 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 than I am to
It's
No
gonna be
Strings
me.
Attached.
Yeah. True.
But
then-
I like that it's in sync, because like I think there's a degree of street cred associated with singing along to a Justin Timberlake song.
right.
But
Yes.
with NSYNC, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's always the Backstreet Boys. Similar.
Oh, boy.
I always get them mixed up. You know, I was kind of at the too young of an age during that to really tell them apart. I never quite got myself up to speed.
I think if you went back, you'd realize they've got pretty distinct styles.
Okay. Yeah, it's been.
I'm
a
sure
minute.
I've shared this anecdote on the pod before, but you guys know I went to NSYNC's first ever public concert, right?
That's impressive.
Wait,
How
really?
was it?
Yeah, legitimately. I was 5 years old in Boston. It was freezing. I forget what street it was on, but they were in Boston and they just did like a big street performance. My cousins had heard about them, somehow, and we went. I also, that day, I was a big Tommy Hilfiger fan as a kid. I called him Tommy Hilfiger, got in a lot of fights with my dad about it.
Sure.
I had a shirt. He was there and he signed my shirt.
Wow.
So in the same day, I saw NSYNC in concert and had Tommy Hilfiger sign my shirt.
You peaked.
Yeah, that was it. That was the best day of my life.
I can't believe we're 70 some odd episodes into this podcast, and that's the
Yeah.
first time we've known this.
Yep, it's very true.
How do you even go on living after that?
I know, and then I actually saw my family went to see NSYNC later. We drove through an actual hurricane to get to this concert because my parents had no money and had bought us these tickets and we're like, we are not missing this concert. So we drove through, get to the concert. We sat a row behind Britney Spears. She was in a cordoned off section because at the time she was dating Justin Timberlake.
No.
That's right.
And I guess she must have had a concert in town or something like later, and she was sitting in her own section, like roped off with security guards all around her.
Oh yeah. A lot of times they wear ski masks now. Like, so nobody knows who they are. Like, I didn't realize we were next to like Kendall Jenner at Camp Flog Gnaw. She was like wearing a ski mask, and then she took it off, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, Kendall Jenner!" And like because we didn't start this way, but we got pushed up to the front, you know, because concerts are a madhouse. I didn't really go to a real concert until recently, and during the Post Malone concert, I mean, if your shoelace gets untied, you die. You die. Someone steps on that, you die. It's the whole Walmart. Like, I totally get it now. And I was like, how could you die like that? And then one person starts shoving, it turns into a wave of pushing, and you die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrifying.
Yeah, you stepped on several skulls. You could just feel them.
Yeah, no, I definitely killed a couple people. I don't know who they were or where they are now, but
Well, they're dead now.
yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Where their souls are is the topic of a different pod.
Yeah.
The concerts, though, is that's important in this.
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
what's number 9, baby?
9, a little bit more recent pop song. I put on Blank Space by Taylor Swift.
T-Swizz.
Some T-Swift.
Oh,
This one's a topic of debate for sure. It's going to be.
I think you've picked from the right era of T-Swizzle, though, because
yes.
because anything after this, like, I'm unlikely to be singing in my car at a loud volume.
Yep.
And
It's
anything
changed.
before this is a little too countryish for me to bop to in my car.
Also too good. Like, it's actually good.
Yeah.
Like, most of the songs before this were good enough that I really wouldn't be that embarrassed. Like, I'm proud that I could sing most of whatever the song is, Romeo Save Me, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I know those words, I'm proud of that. Or like when you're
Felt
16 or 15 or whatever the hell that song, like, I'm proud to be able to sing that.
Felt it.
But this era, I'm not proud.
The issue is that there's some context that's missing from outside observers. You know, like they don't know who you are or why you're singing it. You know.
That's true. You could really feel this song.
Well, when this song came out, I didn't know it. You know, like everyone else was singing it, and then I heard it, and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. That one's pretty good. I like that.
It's fun. Allegis and her friends in college, you know how it says, I've got a blank space, baby?
Yeah.
And then there's the pen click,
Yeah.
and I'll write your name. So Allegis and her friends, like, knew the pen click was coming, like, 5 minutes out.
Oh no!
Obviously, that's an exaggeration, and they would just all
Yeah.
simultaneously pretend to click a pen at the right time. So that I could definitely I could see myself getting caught doing like an exaggerated pen click at a stop sign.
The pen click was the first thing I thought of too. I'm now curious whether other people do that because it's such a staple of our friend group that I'm just like, it's so recognizable, but others might not know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's always a little bit of context that's missing.
Even without the pen click, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
this is Starbucks Lover, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Also, I want to talk about the vocal range. A lot of these songs, the vocal range gets real high, which
you have to go
as a
way up.
man is questionable.
I guess this is that's an interesting question. Like some of these songs, I feel like it's more embarrassing as a man to be caught doing it than a woman.
I think that's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
Well, number one, I'm driving a girl's car.
Yeah.
The Miata has historically been referred to as like the perfect female automobile.
That's true.
You know, there's, any way you look at it, there's a little bit of that. Okay, I'm driving up in a girl's car. It's black. Most people don't know what kind of car it is, but to the few people who know,
it's very bubblicious. Bubblicious is the term I would use to
voluptuous.
describe that. Yeah.
It's a great car. And a lot of people end up, like me buying them because they're cheap and they're fun and affordable. And then they put like stupid rims on them and lower it. That's kind of the category I would fall into. The people who just molest the car. And then, but then there's the people who just keep it super stock. And like 80% of the time I saw a Miata, it was a girl driving it. And the 20%, it was a guy like me, like exactly like me, who's like, "What's up, dude, bro?" Yeah, well, it's super modded. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
All right, what's number 8?
Okay, number 8, I have the Jonas Brothers, Burning Up. And like I said, this is one that's kind of, it's got the arc of it where it's been long enough, we're far enough removed from it that we don't have to deny that this is pretty catchy stuff. Because when it happened, nobody wanted to admit that it was fun or interesting, except girls. Now I think I've matured enough. I can say I like the Jonas Brothers. It's good music. It's fun. It's catchy. It's poppy.
It's actually a good song, I think. Like I think this might actually be a good song.
Yeah. A lot of people cite the Jonas Brothers as their inspiration now.
Yeah.
Pop artists, Post Malone. He listens to Jonas Brothers, which good or bad,
Do the Jonas Brothers list themselves as inspiration? Because I think they're
the Time Machine.
They're releasing a new album this year, right? Or they already have?
The year 3000.
I think you're right.
I'm pretty sure that they are.
Yeah, they're back.
About that song.
Yeah, it's some time.
That is a good song too. They're actually pretty good.
I've been to the year 3000. Yeah, man. Also, I love Burning Up. I actually prefer SOS. I think that's a bop.
Yeah,
that's a total bop.
But I think I still would be I would have a little trepidation blasting it in my car for sure.
I'm already a little embarrassed by how much we're praising them right now. Like, I think we're right.
Baby, you turn the temperature higher. Is it hotter or higher?
Higher would make more sense.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. You turn it higher to make it hotter.
You turn the temperature hotter seems a little weird.
It's like I've heard it so many times, I still don't. It's hotter.
It is?
It says it's hotter.
Wow, damn. That's weird. That's an odd lyric.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, Cameroon.
This says, baby, who turned the temperature hotter?
Oh,
whoa.
So you're all way off base.
Damn.
That's a good question.
Sorry, a little off base there.
What was your
question, Mike?
Well, I was going to say, I'm curious about how you're going to structure a not top for this one. Is it like you're proud to be able to sing this, or what?
I gotta be honest. I didn't think of them. I'm sure off the cuff I could think of a couple.
Well, this is a tough one. I think you'd have to think of songs like you'd be proud to sing, or you'd be proud to get caught singing. Right?
Songs in this vein,
in this category.
I mean, I don't know.
Playlist. I'm not proud of it, but I have a whole playlist.
I don't know. I think I'd be. See, my problem is I'm mostly proud of singing rap. Like, I'm proud of rap songs that I can sing, but that doesn't really count, I guess.
What about the rap part of, like, If You Want to Be My Lover?
Up in the place
yeah, that's a good one. Where is the love? Like, I'm proud to, like, if I could pull off the Apple D app portion of Where is the Love, like, I'd be pretty down with that.
Oh, wow. That's interesting that you say that.
Did we kind of slide into the not top 3 because I'm a little uncomfortable doing so without.
No, we're not sliding. I'm curious about how this is going to work. But do we want to cue the not top 3?
I think if we're going to discuss it any further, we need to cue the music.
Okay. Kyle? Cameron?
Let's do it. Why not? Sure.
Okay, that's the cue.
Gee, thanks, Kevin. That was great, as always.
Oh, yeah. Kevin, he's the man.
He's the best.
Kevin is the best.
Okay, not top 3. Well, I don't know. Why don't we structure it together? Why don't we formulate a 3? I gotta be honest. I didn't think much of I didn't know what to do. The top 3 songs you would want to be caught singing. I don't know if there is any.
I'd be pretty down getting caught singing Pony. Like, if I were singing Pony, I feel like I would, turn the temperature up a little bit, or turn the temperature hot, or whatever the vernacular is the kids are using.
Of course.
I'd be down with getting caught by, like, a beautiful older woman singing that. I see myself, like, in the parking lot of Wegmans getting my groceries, and, like, some middle-aged mom sees me singing Pony. Like, I could get down with that.
What about, like, singing, like, all the words to... Like, take the No Strings Attached album from NSYNC and singing, like, one of the deep tracks off that one.
Oh.
That's, you know what? I think that's a good stand-in. Like, any sort of deep cut where you know the words, that gives you some street cred that I would be proud to be associated with.
Right.
Mm. What about pop songs that just total bangers, total bops that everyone kind of loves? Like, Sexy Back, Justin Timberlake.
Yes, that's a great one. That's not embarrassing at all. Yeah, if you could do that, like, successfully, I
think most people walking by your car would be going like this, like, bopping their head to it.
Well, there's a whole plethora then of like modern pop bangers that
aren't embarrassing to sing.
Yeah.
That might be another topic. We could go on for hours with that. We have Rihanna, Umbrella. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
By Outkast.
Yeah, these are good picks. We could go down this rabbit hole. I think it would be wise if we didn't.
Yeah.
But I think this is the category.
Yeah.
Like, these are the songs that would make up this not top, because these are not embarrassing to sing. They're just great songs.
Yeah.
I would sing Baby Got Back, because that's a little bit of a,
yeah.
There's some nuance to the lyrics, and honestly, the only part that anybody really knows to that song is, the very first part. It gets sprung. What's the? Well,
my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, hun. Yeah.
Yeah. I like big, and that's the only part that anybody knows. So if you know the whole song,
that's true. Them silicone parts are made for toys. Like, if you knew that, yeah.
Yeah.
For example,
impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. I like my women like Flojo, like that stuff, yeah.
Every wedding's got to play that song at least once, or just every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day.
Play that song.
They say you haven't had a great day unless you've laughed and cried and listened to Baby Got Back. I've heard that. I think I read that in a book.
Sir Mix-a-Lot,
like a self-help book.
Is that Confucius?
I think it is Confucius, actually.
You have to. I didn't make the rule up either, so
no.
Don't complain to me if you got an issue with it. Okay.
I think that's probably good for our not top 3 segment.
Rein 'em in, baby. Number 7.
What'd you have for number 7 there, Cam?
Number 7, I got Lady Gaga.
Oh.
I picked Paparazzi. Not sure if you're familiar with that one. I don't know. I don't know how familiar. Here's the thing.
That's a terrific pick. Because,
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even know how familiar other people are with it because I'm too embarrassed to ask. I'm too embarrassed to be like, hey, do you guys know that's really kind of embarrassing song that I really like? I'm too afraid to ask, I'm
into this pick because with Lady Gaga, you run the risk of picking a song that's not embarrassing at all. I think she would have like 7 entries on that not top 3 we were just discussing about.
Yeah.
Because some of her music is so good. But Paparazzi is one that I would actually be embarrassed. Yes, this is one of the few I'd be embarrassed to sing.
It's the narrative.
Yeah.
It's the narrative.
I'm
It's
your
all
biggest fan. I'll
Yeah.
follow you until you love me.
Yeah,
That is true. It's
that's
also just a little
Paparazzi.
creepy song.
It's just kind of a creepy narrative.
Is that the modern that Sting song?
Yeah,
I'll be watching you.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the whole teacher-student relationship makes that one a little.
It's a little
more-
creepier. Yeah.
Oh, that's a teacher student?
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Ew, I didn't know that. Gross.
That has not aged well.
No.
And I would say Lady Gaga's music has aged extremely
very,
well,
very,
even though
very
it's not that old.
No.
It's aging nicely.
Yeah,
this is-
yeah.
This isn't one of those like older, lesser known Lady Gaga songs that you sing and you flex because it's actually one where people are like, "This is the one you picked." It's like if you're gonna go
Yeah.
off that album and pick something a little deeper, sing Alejandro.
I was gonna
right?
say, you gotta sing Alejandro. That's one of the best songs ever created in the Western canon of music.
Hot Like Mexico, Rejoice.
That's
Yep.
right. That's a pretty good one.
That's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not get distracted. I think you're right. Like I would
Yeah.
feel a little strange singing Paparazzi.
But
at high
listen, I
volume.
do.
No,
Still
I
do
would.
it.
All of these I would. It's just I'd feel bad.
Yeah, it's people love Lady Gaga. Maybe not always.
I got a little nervous when you said Lady Gaga because I was like, which of her songs
Yeah.
possibly would you be embarrassed to sing? But
This and maybe Poker Face. Like, those would maybe be two that's
I
probably it.
disagree.
It's like when I first heard this song, it was like some girl was singing it on the bus, and I was like, oh, she knows all the words to this song, and I was like,
Damn, girl, do you think she's got a date to the semi-formal yet? Mm.
it's no, I wouldn't. Wasn't interested in Katerina at the time. Still not. But
Shouts
anyway,
to you.
Would you
but
like to
anyway,
say her last name too?
couldn't tell you if I didn't have it in my head. I don't remember. All I'm saying is like, this girl knew all the words to it. Someone who I didn't feel I identified with. This girl was singing all the words, but I was a little afraid to be like, to admit that it was pretty catchy. I was liking it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a little bit back before music. I guess for me, it was like, I don't know. It seems like music's blown up into our daily lives so much more now. Maybe like before I would hear a song on the radio on the bus and maybe not hear it for another 2 months.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
changed
Whereas,
a lot.
Nowadays it's on Spotify, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to connect with people on it on a global scale. You got Facebook, you like a song, you share it. Someone screenshots it, sends it to you, sends it through Facebook. And this wasn't that long ago.
No.
But it felt like I heard that song on the bus. You just gotta wait till it comes on the radio again before you hear it.
Well, years ago, if you had just sung Gotta Eat the Booty Like Groceries endlessly and without any context, in that world, there's a good chance people wouldn't have known what you were talking about. But in this world where I can Google
Almost
Gotta
certainly.
Eat the Booty Like Groceries and
And
listen
there's a
to
whole
it,
explanation of why it's there and when it's been referenced.
totally.
We live
And
in
then,
an age of information.
yep, we're connected.
Multimodal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should I move on?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
Okay, good. Decent pick. Fergalicious is number 6.
That's
Like
a
that
great
one.
pick.
It seems
T
a little low. I feel like
to the L-I-C-I-O-U-S.
I would be mortified to be caught singing this at loud volume.
That would be pretty
Maybe
mortifying.
we'll move it up.
But I would.
Move it up.
This is
But
see,
guess
this
what?
is the mark of a great pick. Is I'd be truly mortified, but I would.
Yeah.
But guess what? We got a couple of decent picks ahead of that, so we'll have to negotiate it.
I don't even know what to say about this. This is just so embarrassing.
It's very feminine, the way, like, the things she's saying is all about.
Yeah, you kind of have to
I want
like
my treasures, so the pleasures from my.
you have to like
Treasure
move your
chest.
head like this
Yeah, you
while you
do.
sing it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which makes it much worse.
Yeah, there's definitely
Fergie had such a weird, like, specific vibe she was cultivating that, yes, she's sort of like, you gotta do the thing when you do the thing. And it's really weird, because I don't know what she was going for, but you
Well, it
have
was
to do it
working.
to capture the essence.
It was
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. The
Glamorous,
only way to describe her
that.
is as Fergalicious.
She honestly is Fergalicious.
Yeah.
She's tasty. According to the song, I mean, I didn't make that up.
I will say, just very
That comes from
briefly, I'm not going to argue for this over this because I'm kind of proud of it, but like if I were caught singing my humps, I'd also feel pretty,
But Black Eyed Peas.
I guess that's
well, no, either way, that's a tough one to be caught singing.
that's
Humps.
pretty mortifying. Like mix your milk with my Cocoa Puffs, milky, milky Cocoa Puffs. Like that's tough.
That actually might be a lot worse.
What if you're
than
just singing
Fergalicious.
the "She got me spending"?
Yeah, if you only sing the male part.
Spending all the money on me. And spending time on me.
Yeah. You know all the words. I mean, there's no secret here. There's no secret.
You know I keep on taking, but no I ain't taking, so keep on demonstrating my love, my love, my love. Oh, yeah, okay, I don't know.
It's contagious.
That was pretty good.
Contagious.
So it's funny because like the reputation of both the Black Eyed Peas and Fergie, I feel like has kind of been put through the mud a little bit in the intervening years. The last like, I don't know, 8 years.
Yeah.
Yet, like that's like we'll never forget those songs. Like they're very much ingrained in people our age's psyches.
I remember hearing Robert California describe the Black Eyed Peas as rock for people who don't like rock, hip hop for people who don't like hip hop, and pop for people who don't like pop.
Yeah.
This is such a good description.
Delivered perfectly by James Spader. Yeah.
Of course. Deadpan. Completely deadpan.
Yeah, they kind of appeal to
no one and everyone.
But
yeah. Like, what's there's no niche demographic. Like, it's populist music that nobody, like, really wants to
33-year-old women who go spray tanning and wear those, like, conductor's hats.
Oh, yeah. Every mom knows
and denim jumpsuits. I don't know.
The conductor hat thing is really good.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yeah.
You put a couple moms images in my head.
Yeah. Like bedazzled jeans. Who talk like Amy Poehler. I'm a cool mom.
Yeah. I'm a cool mom. I drive a Range Rover.
Yeah. A Miata, actually.
I have a Suburban. No, those moms don't drive that. They drive more expensive cars. They drive Suburbans and Escalades.
That's true. You are an LA boy now, so.
I am not.
A little bit.
I am not.
All right, what's number 5, baby?
Okay. Well, it's interesting that you said, what if you just sing the part where he's got me spin? That part is like the part sung by the man.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple parts where I think maybe if you just sing the part by like Akon or Ludacris, that makes you a little bit less.
Oh, nice.
You know, so I have Baby by Justin Bieber as number 5.
Yeah, but I'm not singing those parts. I'm singing singing the part where he goes, baby, baby, baby.
I know. But I
this was the first song I wrote. When you mentioned this, actually it's the second one. I wrote a different one, and this was the second song I wrote.
Well, this is another one in the Jonas Brothers realm where, it's aged enough. We're removed far enough from it to be like, that was good. We just didn't recognize it at the time. Especially, Justin Bieber's kind of gone on to do some cool stuff.
I think that's the key, right? Is like Bieber all of a sudden, like, I don't know when it happened, but like we're as a society collectively okay and cool with, and even like Justin Bieber now.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But at the time, we really did not like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
But now we're like retconning and pretending that we all liked it all the time, I feel like.
Yeah.
I think we need to look at this as like, he grew up under a microscope.
Yeah.
Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone goofs around, has their time of, questionable antics. We could just see it the whole time, which was a little bit, didn't do him a whole lot of justice. At this point, I think he's kind of...
No, that is legitimately a good point. I heard recently there was some talk about where he's been struggling with some mental health stuff just from growing up under the spotlight like that. It is cool to me that...
Jackson.
Yeah, it is cool to me that we're retroactively realizing he's actually a pretty terrific artist. And I think it's
super talented.
Yeah, it's really cool that he's managed to survive the full descent of his testicles, because that's a difficult transition for a pop star who sings baby, 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 oh, like to go from that to being like a grown ass man who sings. So Baby is a great song. I still can't listen to this song without thinking about the Funny or Die bit where Aziz is talking about how Justin Bieber stole his song Baby Baby. And they do the reenactment where Justin Bieber shoots him in the knee. And Aziz's like, Justin Bieber shot me in the knee! And he like takes a shit in Aziz's fish tank. He's like, straight popped a shit in the fish tank. Killed the fish. It's just so associated with this song to me. Like, it was such a joke that the idea of having Justin Bieber, like, know he was part of this bit was just so wild.
That is wild.
I haven't seen this bit. I'd like to.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, it's great.
No.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I like that one, Cam. Good pick.
That's a great pick.
Listen, you go into a club, it's gonna get played at least once during the night.
Yeah.
It's gonna get played once. And listen, everyone's gonna be singing it.
everyone.
And when you're in a club,
Embarrassingly.
it's not embarrassing in the club though, because everybody's just in a collective state of mind.
That's a really good point.
And
But
that's
alone in the
good-
car, it's a little different. It's less communal.
Exactly. Well, number one, you shouldn't be drinking and driving, so there's no alcohol in the realm. And then most of the people around your car probably haven't been drinking either. Versus in the club, everyone's on the same level. Everyone's there to do the same thing. They're looking to get the same thing out of it. That song comes on, you're gonna sing and dance to it.
Yeah,
Damn it.
leave your concerns about
At the
baby
store.
playing at the door.
And that's a good way to look at a lot of these songs. I think if we were all in the same context, we'd probably none of us would be ashamed to be singing them. Weddings.
That's the list, though. It's not.
That's what's so great about it.
These
Is
are
that
songs.
there's a hidden little nugget of guilty pleasure in them.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll move on to number 4. I got Britney Spears. A little bit more of a recent. So I picked Womanizer.
Ooh. That's
I heard that
again, you've
recently,
picked the right era. I think this
Yeah.
you've done a great job because I was tempted to say like a Hit Me Baby One More Time, but that I'd actually be pretty pumped to get caught singing that.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because Hit Me Baby One More Time is like, it's kind of a badge of honor for like people that grew up
Yeah.
around
Right,
that
right.
time. And
Yeah.
and Britney was a megastar at that time. Like
Yeah.
the megastar probably.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Womanizer
Yeah.
feels like what, 2008?
It's a revival.
This
It
is
was
post-shaved head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, nobody wanted to admit that Britney was back for a minute, you know?
Yeah. This and Circus and Toxic.
I was gonna say
Circus
Toxic is the one I think of, but
Yeah. Well, it could be, you know,
but
mix and match.
no. I
Plug
think
and
that
play.
you've done the right one though, because
Yeah.
I'm far more likely to I'm like far more likely to have that than I am to have Toxic on in my car.
Yeah. The problem with Toxic is I would start stroking my body while singing it. Like I would put my hand between, like on my chest and just like sort of do a little belly dance. That would be really embarrassing, but I'd get so into it I wouldn't even notice.
But the people around you
You're doing us a
would.
favor.
Probably, but embarrassment doesn't occur unless I know it's happening. Like
That's
I can't
true.
be embarrassed if I'm not aware of it. I'd be so locked
It's
in.
the one way mirror.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Well, if you were to do that, Mike, I think nobody would be up in arms.
I wouldn't be up in arms if you did it, Cam.
Wow. This is wow.
Cam, your face is red.
I'm embarrassed.
Cam, your
I
face
really
is
am,
red.
Yeah.
Also, Cam, I think we should skip honorable mentions for now because I'm very concerned that I'm going to step on yours.
Okay.
Let's punt on them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I've got a lot that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's plenty. There's tons.
Mm-hmm.
I have it. Like I said, I have a whole playlist here. I have an entire playlist. I had to pick. 10
Wow,
off
you
of
really
it.
do.
Yeah, it's called Guilty. And let me just say that the thumbnail for this is 4 albums in kind of the grid pattern, and it's mostly pink. It's very glamorous looking. A lot of kind of sequiny imagery.
Glamorous.
Yeah, exactly. It's glamorous. Okay, let's see. Which number are we on? We were going into number 3.
Yep.
This one's questionable. I don't know what you guys think about it. I picked Gwen Stefani's Holla Back Girl.
Do 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 do.
I think the bananas part that's enough to get you hurt. That's enough for someone to want to hurt you.
I'm so on the edge here, but I think you're right. Because either I'm not embarrassed at all or I'm mortified. I think I'm mortified. I think.
Is it? It's definitely implied that it's just you in the car, right?
Oh, 100%.
Because even if it's me, if it's just
Yeah.
you and me, even if it's just the two of us, then it becomes two guys
Communal.
goofing around, and it's
Yeah.
totally different.
I should have
That's
said
true.
that. I should have said that because when I came up with this, you know, it's only a 2-seater car, but 90% of the time I'm riding solo. So that's what I'm picturing in my head. Riding solo. You made me Wow.
think of Jason Derulo's Riding Solo.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Made me think of Chameleonaires riding dirty.
Ooh. Careful. That's
How many, Mike, you're a finance guy. How much is a chameleon?
It's actually 6 chameleons.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's converted in base 6 instead of base 10, so it's 6 chameleons make a chameleon.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take to accumulate that?
Depends
sure
on
the
what
answer
the interest
depends.
rate you're getting on your chameleons is. Yeah.
Is it good right now or bad?
It's about a It's about a minky in and a half right now.
Oh God!
Wow.
Yeah.
Times are tough.
Times are tough.
It's a bubble.
Yep.
It's all gonna.
It'll burst. They always do.
Yeah.
The thing about Hollaback Girl is,
Yeah.
a lot of these songs I can distinctly remember thinking were really, really cool, specifically in 8th grade.
Yeah.
Which,
That's a really good marker that it's not cool.
right?
Yeah. We were not very cool in 8th grade.
No, we weren't.
We were just
Well,
talking about this yesterday about how everyone's got that phase. Everyone goes through that phase, and you don't. And what sucks is you don't realize you're in it until you're out of it.
Yeah.
So,
It's like the good old days.
yeah, it's rough.
Was this
means I
before
can
the
still be
Harajuku
in.
girls?
Excuse me?
Remember Gwen Stefani had her Harajuku girls? They were the girls who just like sang in the back of all of her songs.
Oh, I see.
I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at it now.
Oh,
Interesting.
wow. This feels like they weren't involved in Hollaback Girl.
I think they weren't. I think this was
Yeah.
before she kind of leaned into the Harajuku girls a lot.
What's the other Gwen Stefani song?
Sweet Escape.
Sweet Escape.
So
Sweet Escape.
I have that one written down as an honorable mention because that's one of those.
That's
songs that you can
embarrassing.
say,
I think that might actually be my Gwen Stefani pick, just because of the woohoos.
a lot of who's.
I'm actually now thinking Sweet Escape might be the pick too because I'm like a little proud if I sing Hollaback Girl, just enough to maybe
Yeah.
put some armor
Alone
around
though
me.
in a Miata at a stoplight.
What
on
color is
Beach.
what is the Miata? Black or is it yellow?
Black.
No,
I
no.
know it's
But
yellow.
in this scenario,
It's gonna be yellow if you're singing Hollaback.
it is right. Yeah.
And listen, in those crosswalks, there's a lot of people walking by you. There's a ton of people on Sundays or Saturdays. You know, there's families. There are beautiful women. It's California. Just
Yeah.
think about it. Just think about it for a second.
Now imagine you're singing. And
I wanna
could
have
be
nothing
your
playing.
favorite girl, so ever we could be together. Now tell me, boy, now won't that
But
be sweet?
you could err on
Sweet
the side
Escape.
of
Sweet
just
Escape.
saying the Akon part. I wanna get away to my sweet escape. That's the only part he might be doing the woohoos.
I think
truly
he's the
don't-
woohoo.
I truly don't believe that you have the self-control
I-
to only sing the Akon parts.
This has come up before. Me and David Porter, and I was so proud of myself. Dave Porter and I were driving to some steel mill or something in Cleveland. I don't remember what, but you know,
What?
Cleveland's a steel city, man.
Carry on.
Anyway, it's not important. We were driving the car. He was singing all the Gwen Stefani parts, and I know he's thinking, I can't believe this guy doesn't know all the parts. Guess what? I did know all the parts to the Gwen Stefani part. I just wanted to impress him with my self-restraint by just singing those two phrases.
But you just put yourself in an entirely different scenario. I think
Yes.
that in a duo format, you could easily contain
Oh.
yourself. If you're by yourself in your car, you're not just sitting there listening to Sweet Escape and only doing the Akon parts.
Very true.
He's only got like 3 words.
It-
Unless you count the woo.
You'd have to wait for 2.5 minutes.
I
Yeah.
did it, man. But by myself, I can't
No,
say.
you don't
Yeah.
have that in you.
Whatever. I think that one is up for discussion.
Yep.
Because I agree with you, Mike. Like, there's some weird sense of pride in Hollaback Girl.
Yeah. It's weird, but it's there.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, if you're in, it depends. It depends on if you're rolling through, like, maybe the beach scene wasn't a good one. If you're pulling up to a stoplight in downtown Los Angeles, like I said, you might be getting a bottle thrown at you. I'd rather have nothing playing. You know, it's just, that way nothing can go wrong. No one's
That's
gonna be
true.
like, turn some music on. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to read the room, especially when it's changing quickly.
Yep.
It's, you know, you never know who's going to be looking. What if you pulled up to the stoplight and your boss is there in a car to your right?
That
Yeah.
you're in a Seinfeld episode.
I would say you do a Ferris
a
Bueller
Ferris Bueller.
situation. Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I'm saying. These are ones that I would not want my boss to be seeing me singing.
That's fair.
Okay, number 2. I think I really like this one. This one is a little bit of RuPaul, Supermodel of the World, or You Better Work. Do you know that one?
Yes, that's great.
Okay. And I think this one's a little even. It's tougher because it's kind of like a gay anthem.
That's
like,
true.
It's like a drag queen type song, and a lot of straight males don't like identifying with the drag crowd, either because they're insecure or just don't for whatever reason.
It's all about this. Yeah. Sorry,
you go ahead.
The runway.
Well, I was gonna say this is a question of what vibe you're curating. This is what's really important. I think this is the big thing about all of these songs is that they can confuse the vibe you're trying to give out, and that's the big thing. Is you have to be comfortable with what vibe you're giving out.
That's right, because you could come off as being a homosexual, which.
But if it's not the vibe you're going for, right, but the problem is if it's not the vibe you're going for. This is the thing about this Miata situation, where I'm in this car and I'm singing these different songs. Like, do I want to be a guy who sings bye bye bye? If I do, great. But I'm concerned that I don't want to be a guy who sings bye bye bye. In the same way that I'm not sure I want to be a guy who sings you better work. I think I probably do, but I'm concerned that might conflict with the vibe I'm otherwise curating with like my douchey Ray-Ban sunglasses, my driving gloves. Like I'm revving my Miata engine. I'm concerned this is undermining my vibe.
Let's say you got a girl in the passenger seat though.
No, I don't though.
You've broken the rules.
You've already breaking your rules. I don't have a girl in the passenger seat.
So you're saying maybe this is a good pick, maybe it's a bad pick. All I know is I like singing this song. It's a fun song. It sounds good. I would not want to be caught dead singing it alone in my Miata.
Right, but see, what I'm saying is the reason you don't want to get caught singing it is because it's messing with your vibe. You're trying to put out a vibe to the world as you're Miata-ing, and you're concerned that singing You Better Work is going to screw with that vibe.
Isn't that kind of all these songs, though?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why this one, even though it's so wonderful, I think you're worried it's going to undermine the Miata vibe.
Of course. Yeah, the cards, it's stacked against you with this song. In this scenario, you got the deck stacked against you.
I feel like I'm
It'd be hard to come back from that.
maybe about to really embarrass myself. Is there a version of this song in the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Right.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
Yeah.
Not embarrassed at all.
Cover girl!
Work
Yeah.
it, girl.
Give it a twirl!
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do your thing on the runway.
Yeah, okay. I know it.
Yeah.
It's contagious. I mean, it's a fun song. No one's gonna deny that.
Yeah, no. I don't think anyone is... Sachet! Cameron's got the music
It don't
video.
matter what you wear. and again, your voice goes up.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's a really tough one.
Yeah. I can see what you mean. Because without any context, someone that doesn't know you from someone else is at a signal with you. You could definitely be embarrassed by it. But it's definitely also a song that could be on. Like, I'm definitely trying to sing along to it if it's on.
Oh, yeah. And I think this is maybe another layer to this, which we haven't really discussed much, but I think another layer is I'm going to screw the lyrics up, which I think might add, it's like, is it more embarrassing to screw up these lyrics or to have them perfect? And I'm not sure which is more embarrassing, but I'm definitely going to screw them up.
Depends on if you have $1 million derriere.
It's great. It's a good
Honestly,
point.
though, dude, it doesn't matter what you wear. Everything looks good on you.
That's true.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Don't matter what you wear.
You better work. Anyway, I don't like that song.
Well, we've definitely discussed its greatness.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, should we move on to number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we should.
Okay, I picked Like a Virgin by Madonna.
That's so good. That's such a good pick.
In fact, the first time it's always like some girl singing it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of good. You know, and that's what's embarrassing. It's like, oh, I didn't know that song was around. Actually, this was in the Shrek movie, wasn't it?
For the longest time, my only association with the song was the post-credit scene in Shrek.
Which is a damn shame.
Wait, they play this in Shrek?
Yeah,
just the very first, I made it through the wilderness. I made it through.
Oh my god, you're right.
Didn't know how lost I was until I found you. And then it switches into Baby Got Back.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Yes, you're so right. I forgot about that.
But yeah,
I think they throw YMCA in there.
They do.
It's a whole bunch. Yeah.
Yeah. When I played this one time, It came on the Spotify or something a few years ago.
Accidentally. Yep, I'm sure.
And I started singing it like a girl. And then Erin kind of looked at me and smirked, and I went, and she thought that was pretty funny. You know?
I really would pay quite a sum. I don't have a big sum of money, but if I did, I would pay quite a sum of money.
Won't take much.
To watch a video of you singing like a virgin.
I'll do it for free, man.
I know you will.
Now.
But you'd have to have a hairbrush. Like, you'd have to be holding a hairbrush like a microphone. This is like a hidden camera situation. Yeah.
I go all out for that kind
You're in like a towel getting ready to go out for the night and you're holding a hairbrush.
It's going to be loud, too.
Yeah.
It's going to be loud.
I think you picked the perfect song.
You think that exemplifies the list?
I do.
This would be mortifying. Like, this one almost would get you the, like, old school points. Almost, it doesn't. This would be so embarrassing to get caught singing.
Yeah.
Also, like, if you're giving off a vibe that you are a virgin and you're singing this song, it kind of compounds.
That's true. Unfortunately, it does have the double meaning there. Like, it would really
sad, ugly truth.
Yeah. Like, imagine Steve Carell singing this in 40-Year-Old Virgin. Like, I can actually picture him singing this on his bike.
Right.
And, it'd just be tough.
This is mentioned in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, is it not?
I don't remember.
It could be. I do know they talk about a lot of other things, like pleasures.
I think I'm thinking of Reservoir Dogs.
You're thinking of Reservoir Dogs.
That's right. There's a questionable theory about this song.
The way they interpret this song in that movie is interesting.
Yeah. I was wondering if you want to get into it.
I think if anyone's curious and doesn't know what we're talking about, they should just go see Reservoir Dogs.
It's on YouTube. Yeah. You can look it up. Take a second only.
All right, so that's our first cut of the list.
Yeah.
What about honorable mentions?
Let's hear it, Mike. Did I end up stepping on any of yours?
No. The only one that I had that you actually got was Baby. I had Hit Me Baby one more time, but I've realized I don't want that because it's too good.
Yeah.
Call Me Maybe is one, because I'm definitely singing that.
For sure.
I'm going to be really embarrassed by that. One that is not in itself an embarrassing song. Like, it's not even sort of an embarrassing song. It's a great song. But which I will sing embarrassingly is Billie Jean. Like, it's not an embarrassing song. It's a great song. But I'm definitely going to do the Michael Jackson voice. I'm definitely going to get too into it. And it's going to be very lame.
It's so universally beloved, though, that I don't think.
I know. I think it probably isn't on the list ultimately, but I know I'm gonna flub it. It also has a problem of being like sort of a sacred cow. Like, you don't. It's sort of like singing "Shallow." You probably shouldn't touch it. It's a work of art that you shouldn't try to imitate.
I don't know if I agree with that, because "Shallow," like, you can't even come close to reproducing. Whereas Billie Jean, anyone can do the do 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 do, and it feels a little more accessible, but
true.
I don't think any I don't think you can butcher Billie Jean enough to be embarrassed about it, because there's so much respect that you're listening to this great song.
Probably. One I want to mention is sort of a whole genre is like great 90s female soft rock. This one, somebody mentioned this song the other day, so I'm thinking about it, is Linger by the Cranberries.
Ooh.
Any of these like anthem 90s ladies songs would really, like, I think like some Sheryl Crow out there, slightly different, but like some Sheryl Crow stuff, definitely some Sarah McLachlan that I get way too into, some like Jewel, all that whole Natalie Imbruglia, Torn, like
Dido.
Dido. I would belt those songs and be very embarrassed.
That's an interesting category of music.
Natalie Imbruglia is a good pick there, Mike, actually.
Yeah.
That could be interesting.
I'd be very embarrassed to get caught singing one of her songs. And then the other one I wanted to mention is I'm Coming Out by Pink.
Oh.
I'm saying the wrong song. Somebody sing it. I'm saying I'm coming out, but that's not the song.
That's what I thought you meant.
No, what the hell's... No, this one is the one, oh shit.
Oh, the party song.
Yeah.
I'm coming
out. Yeah, that's where we go.
Get the party started.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Everybody's moving on a Saturday.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Last one for me is Waiting for Tonight by J-Lo.
Oh, wow.
I would crush that song and be very ashamed of it, but love every second of it.
I like that one a lot.
Aaron wanted Aaron wanted some Spice Girls on Wannabe, isn't it?
But Wannabe is like,
yeah.
Like we discussed how it might even fit onto your not top 3.
I'm concerned that the Spice Girls are too cool now.
I didn't want them on the list. I didn't think it was.
I think we should revisit this in like 10 years because everyone that was like everyone our age, all this music was coming out when we were young, and so now it's cool to like have this nostalgia for childhood type songs. In 20 years, it won't be that anymore. I'd be curious to see where this stuff lands.
Agreed.
Yeah, it might be in the garbage heap for a lot of people.
Right.
For newcomers to the genre.
Right.
I don't know. I still think "Wannabe" is a great song that you wouldn't want to be caught singing alone in a Miata.
I think it probably ends up at like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Like I think it's. I would be embarrassed, but also it had like the rap, specifically the rap part. Like if you can bang out the rap part at the end, Elite just does it really well. Like there's nothing embarrassing about that.
Right. I wonder about how these songs would rank like on a date. Like on your first date, you don't want to be singing. You know, like.
Oh, see, I do in this situation. I do because this goes into the
song by how long it takes for you to feel comfortable singing around. You know, like a new date or something. Like if it takes 3 weeks for you to want to sing it around someone, that moves to the top of the list. If you could sing it on the first date, it's got nothing to do with. What do you think about that criteria?
I think it's an interesting way to think about it. I think there's a lot of variability in there given the nature of your date's personality.
Yeah.
Sure.
And your wooing method. Because I know, for me, I'm not certainly like a veteran of the dating situation, but I know that what I would go for is I would lean right into one of these early on to set expectations properly. Because otherwise she's in for a nasty surprise when she realizes what I'm actually all about.
Maybe it's not though, because after 3 weeks, you kind of opened up in a lot of different ways where they go, okay, I get this guy. He's singing "Holla Back Girl." That's cool.
It's funny in today's day and age, singing a song like this and really leaning into it is confident and charming, and I definitely employed some of these. I think I kind of wish Allegis was here because I think this is definitely factored into the courtship process. Was my willingness to go all out on a Fergalicious.
But you're evaluating the sort of Midwestern standard. Think about it.
Yeah,
the girls change it around the world.
You would know that better than we would, Cam.
That's true. We are lame.
I found Midwestern girls to be a little bit more, of course, down to earth, a little bit more sensible, and the West Coast girls, contrary to maybe the Beach Boys songs, they're tough, man. They're tough.
Speaking of that, what about? I feel like we have to at least talk about a Katy Perry song. Like, what about California Girls?
Oh my God, that's the pick. That's the Katy Perry pick because the other one,
100%.
That last Friday night is too fun to sing. Like everybody, it's cool to know the lyrics to that one.
And Dark Horse is too much of a banger.
That's actually a great song.
Also, it implies you're a girl because she says she speaks like we're unforgettable, we're undeniable.
That's right. If you sing it, if you sing all the words.
Yeah.
It's from the girl's perspective.
I think that song maybe actually makes the list.
I think it's,
I do
too. I thought, oh, what about Katy Perry? Then it kind of escaped my head for a little while until you said that. So I think that could go in there. Maybe replace Taylor Swift.
What do you guys think about like a Natasha Bedingfield? Like A Pocket Full of Sunshine?
Oh, wait, there's one other song she sings. What's the other one? Hold up. Unwritten.
Unwritten.
Yeah, to me, that's the one that would be more embarrassing.
Staring at the blank
page before you
open up the
dirty
I think
window.
Every girl wanted to sing that in the talent show, like in the 5th grade. Like everyone. Like, stop.
Yeah, to me, that one's more embarrassing.
Stop. The problem is I associate that one like extremely closely with graduating 8th grade.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
There's one song that is going around here in like Barstool Sports as being a cringe song because all the girls as they pregame sing it, and they know all the lyrics to Super Bass by Nicki Minaj.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm not embarrassed of that even, sort of.
No.
I'd be very proud to get caught singing that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
100%.
But I think if you saw these more recent memes, you might not because it's become a cringe fest. I'll send it to you.
You're not cool enough to understand.
No, I'm just. Listen,
I haven't engaged.
It's a recent. No, it's a
culture.
recent thing. It's a recent thing.
Because I'm old. I'm old. We get it.
I think it's more recent. I have All About That Bass by Meghan Trainor.
Ooh,
that's actually really not a bad pick.
That's a really fun one, actually. And like I said, I was embarrassed to admit how fun it is.
If you sang that in front of Allegiance, you'd be extremely embarrassed. She does not like that song.
She's not into that song at all.
It's got a couple like little piano things in it that kind of dun, 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 keep it going. I don't know. It's fun. Girls just want to have fun. Cyndi Lauper. Again, you're kind of singing it from the perspective of a woman.
Yep.
In a girl's car. Tough one.
I like that we're thinking of all of these specifically in your Miata.
Yeah.
I think it does make a difference.
Yeah. Well, Kyle drove it yesterday, so he knows. He kind of
drove is a loose term. I could not get that thing into first gear smoothly.
He did. Not smoothly, but that's normal.
Yeah. Anyways. All right.
What I'm saying is you know what it's like.
Yeah.
You know what it's
like.
Yeah,
I understand the vibe of the car.
Yep. Totally. So you said I have Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. That's kind of a newer one.
I think
it's still too cool, I think.
Still too cool. That's why I left it off. Wake Me Up Before You Go.
It's not bad.
That's a good one.
That's actually not bad.
Yeah. It's fun to sing and it's a great song.
Yeah.
Pretty Girl Rock. My roommate loves that one. Who is indeed homosexual. That's the one that goes, all eyes on me when I walk in. Don't hate me cause I'm
beautiful. I like that song. I really like that song.
Yeah, I wasn't into it so much until he kept playing it over and over. And
too good.
That's too good of a song.
Yeah. I think we could probably start switching the list around now if you wanted.
All right. Well, where are we serious about additions to this list?
I think California Girls is a great pick.
I think that's a good one. Yeah.
I think yeah.
Nope, I think that's one. What else are you thinking, Mike?
I kind of think that the Natasha Bedingfield idea was great. I would vote for Unwritten, but I think that a Natasha Bedingfield would be really good.
Cam, what do you think?
I think I like the Pocket Full of Sunshine more than I like Unwritten.
Like you like it?
Because not like a banger, like pop song.
Okay, so you're saying you think that's the better pick for this list?
For this
yeah.
list.
Okay, I'm down with that.
I think the reason I lean towards that is because if I'm playing fun, sporty, trendy music,
it's not poppy enough.
Yeah,
Unwritten is a little too somber.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. These are all like songs that they're guilty pleasure. Like I play them to push that button. Like it's fun song to sing and dance to. You know, gets the energy up.
The only problem is that I don't really see a lot of areas of weakness on the list. Like I actually don't know where I want to pull.
I actually think we can put 11, 12, 13, like call these, I think, or whatever. And I think we should replace Hollaback Girl with Sweet Escape.
I agree with you there.
With that. A lot of these songs are kind of the baby brother of like cause that's not Gwen Stefani's number one song, but it's kind of the baby brother, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with like Womanizer.
Well, because
Britney Spears isn't known for
every
that
artist on this list, their like number one bangarang song is too good to be embarrassed about. Mm-hmm. You have to pick something like one step down.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit down the ladder.
Yeah.
I don't know, a few rungs down. Fergalicious, though, I don't know, is probably...
That's embarrassing. I think...
Yeah.
I would vote for California Girls, Pocket Full of Sunshine, and I think Torn as our, like, they just missed the cut list.
What's Torn? What's
the Natalie Imbruglia song? Nicole, is it Nicole and I are naked, lying naked on the floor?
Oh, I've heard this.
Yeah, it's just like 90s, like great 90s, like pop jams.
Yep.
You know the song.
I know of it.
Yeah.
I know of it. I don't really...
I can promise you, as somebody who's a couple years older than you, I would absolutely sing this at a stoplight and I'd be mortified to get caught.
Okay.
Undoubtedly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Careful. Get a bottle thrown at you.
As far as the actual ordering of the list, I'm kind of having a hard time changing this. This is a pretty perfect list.
Yeah, I don't really have quibbles with it.
I might put like Womanizer at 3 instead of Gwen Stefani. Womanizer is very feminine. Justin Bieber, maybe I would. Maybe we put Fergalicious, like you said, Kyle, at 3. We flip flop Sweet Escape at 3 to 6, and move Fergalicious to 3.
I'd be okay with that.
Can move Fergalicious up a bit.
It's a little thing, but because you mentioned right when I said it, you're like, oh, I don't know if maybe that should be higher.
Yeah, that's true. I did have a strong reaction to it originally. Yeah, but apart from that, I feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to, what do you think about throwing California Girls on at number 10? Just because I think NSYNC has aged extremely well thanks to the success of JT.
That's true.
And I think
kind of got that Justin Bieber thing.
Yeah. I still think I'd be embarrassed to get caught singing Bye Bye Bye. I just think I'd be more embarrassed to get caught singing California Girls.
Yeah, because it's of a lesser quality. I think you're right.
Yeah, it's kind of a trashy, guilty song.
Yeah.
Especially if, like, in this scenario, I'm in, like, Michigan or Chicago. I'm not even in California.
You know Rocking your yellow Miata in Michigan.
That's especially embarrassing.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and in that case, unless you guys have more alterations, I think what we've done is constructed a top 10 list of songs that you'd be embarrassed to be caught singing at a pop songs.
Yeah.
That's
a
stop
how it feels
sign.
to me.
Alone.
In a yellow Miata.
In a Miata.
Yeah.
Specificity is important on the
well, I don't know about yellow. I mean, yellow Miata, there's
Miata.
Cam's black Miata.
Yes, Cameron's black Miata.
I think if you're in a yellow Miata, you're getting laughed at for other reasons.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The conspicuous nature of the black Miata does a good job of balancing it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyway.
Well, Cam, why don't you recite the list for us?
After the alterations, we got California Girls at 10 by Katy Perry. Blank Space by Taylor Swift at 9. Burning Up by the Jonas Brothers, number 8.
Burning Up!
Number 7, Lady Gaga's Paparazzi, number 6. Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani. Number 5, Baby by Justin Bieber. Number 4 is Womanizer by Britney Spears. Number 3 is Fergalicious by Fergie. Number 2 is Supermodel, You Better Work by RuPaul. And number 1, Like a Virgin by Madonna.
Beautiful.
Beautiful list.
I forgot to add the 10, 11, 12.
That's alright.
That's alright.
Or 11, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is a great list for men who are very concerned about their masculinity. I'm in.
For sure. Just be confident about it. Just rock out.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think at the end of the day, even though we'd be embarrassed by all these songs, I don't think we'd stop at the end of the day.
Nothing could stop me from singing any of these songs.
Yeah.
They're just too
Unless if someone threw a bottle at my car. I feel like that happened to you.
It did happen to me. It was a guy on a bicycle and I was doing it wrong.
I like to picture him like catching up to you in the Miata. He's on a bike and just like chucks it.
He was at a crosswalk. Listen, I did nothing. There are no rules in that city. It's just a jungle.
All right, dog.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on again, Cam.
Thanks, Cam.
Overdue second appearance.
Thanks for inviting me. This was pretty. That's pretty fun. I've been thinking about this one for a minute.
Yeah,
I bet.
It would make it good.
You done good.
It's fun.
I like this trend because Sarah was like, "Kyle, I've got a list. I'm coming on the podcast." I said, "Great." Cam said, "Kyle, I got a list. When can we make it happen?" I like when people tell me that they're coming on to the podcast. I really like that.
Agreed.
You just say like, "I have a good potential list here."
I got a list.
When you're ready, slot me if you want me.
So, to cap this off, I would say, you remember our theme music? It may even be playing right now. You remember our Not Top 3 music? Both of those composed by Kevin MacLeod. And, of course, our artwork was designed by Erin Sant. And if you want to see more stuff of hers, you can check that out at Sant Design on Instagram.
And if you want to partake of the great work done by our social media coordinator, Caroline Labranti, you can check us out on Instagram, Top10KM, Twitter, Top10KM. Skip the Twitter, it sucks. We'll get there someday. You can check us out on our Facebook group. You can look us up on Google and check out whatever results show up. I don't know what they're going to be, but why don't you tell us? If you want to listen to this podcast somewhere other than where you're listening to it right now, you can check us out on the Apple Podcast app, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean, wherever the hell you get your podcasts. We're all over the place. We global.
That is that. Thanks, boys.
Thank you, boys.
Thanks for having me.
Peace.